Morning Sports Beat.
Yes, after that heartbreaking loss in OKC last night, Jazz back in action tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. Would they have enough energy after an emotional double overtime epic? We found out pretty quick. Mavs rookie Luka Doncic not playing in this one. Dirk Nowitzki was. It might be his last game in Utah. Donovan still had some spring in his legs. That's an understatement. The alley-oop from Joe Ingles, and the Jazz off to a great start. Ricky Rubio from 30 feet to Rudy Gobert. Oh, the Jazz are tough when they're making stuff like this happen. And there's Raul Neto playing well at the backup point guard position since coming back from injury. He gets in the blender and feeds Rudy Gobert for another hammer. Former Jazz player Trey Burke passed to referee Scott Foster. Rough week for Foster. Donovan had it going in the first half, 16 points. Jazz led by 3 at the half. And you know who else had it going on was Jay Crowder. Coming off the bench, he brought the offense. 19 points, 3 of 6 from 3. And Rudy ran the paint off the rebound. That's just nasty. Gobert were 13 and 10. The Mavs kept it close for a while. Dirk cuts it to 3 with a season-high 15 points. But the Jazz would soon restore order. Joe Ingles, what a fourth quarter he had. 13 points in the quarter, 5 of 9 from 3 for the game. The Jazz pull away late for a much-needed win. Not over yet. Sorry, 2:47 left. They will win this one now. They host the Clippers on Wednesday, and if the Jazz end up losing this, I will never hear the end of it. Now to football.
So there.
Pro football's back in Utah. The Salt Lake Stallions are the Alliance of American Football. They're finally home. They've been based in San Antonio for the past 6 weeks. First 2 games of the season were on the road, so our first chance to see them in Rice-Eccles Stadium, and they were seeking their first win of the season. Former Ute Trevor Riley out there to get things started. Josh Woodrum back at quarterback, and his presence made a difference. Up 3-0 in the second quarter. Woodrum connects with DeMornay Pearson-L. This is definitely a W for him. A 25-yard touchdown and a 9-0 lead. He had 8 catches. 90 yards. The Stallions' defense continues to be stout. Carter Schultz, with his 4th sack of the season, he leads the Alliance. And former Ute Trevor Riley led the team in tackles. His pass breakup forced the Hot Shots to punt. Arizona catches up just before the half, though. After a field goal, put the Hot Shots on the board. Rashad Ross from John Wolford. The game was tied at 9 at the half. First play of the second half, a huge momentum shift for the Stallions. Greer Martini picks off Wolford. Wolford knocked out of the game on this play as well. It set up another Stallions touchdown. Brandon Oliver scores. The 2-point conversion failed, 15-9 Stallions. Fourth quarter. Stallions with a long drive to get to the 1-yard line. They go for it on 4th down. Joe Buonio called short of the goal line, but after a review, they give him a touchdown. The Stallions convert the 2-point play. They take a 23-12 lead, and they get the win. First in franchise history. They'll seek win number 2 at home next Saturday against Steve Spurrier's Orlando Apollos. Now to college hoops, the BYU Cougars suffered an epic collapse Thursday against San Francisco, giving up a 28-8 run to end the game in a loss. The Cougars had to turn right around and face the number 2 team in the country in their house, the Kennel in Spokane, Gonzaga. They're 26-2 this year for a reason. Up 16 in the second half, Gino Crandall put Nick Emery on skates. The lead was up to 18, 6 minutes left. Gavin Baxter goes up for the dunk. He's blocked. Dave Rose is going to lose his temper. Runs out onto the court. Yeah, he wants to give the referee a piece of his mind. One of those nights for the Cougars. They're down big. They lose 102-68. Running Utes and Pullman taking on Washington State, not far from Spokane. Midway through the first, it started raining threes. Parker Van Dyke, just over 2 minutes to go. Cedric Bearfield, the floater, 2 minutes to go in the second half. That goes in, and with under a minute remaining in the half, Bearfield from the top of the key. He had 33 points for the Utes. They led by 2 at the half. More threes from the Utes. PVD. Parker Van Dyke from the corner. 5 of 9 from 3. He finished with 17. Then Van Dyke finds Tillman. His 4th 3 of the game. He had 16. Pushes the Utes lead to 2. Final minute, Booth Gotch with an exclamation point on this win. The Utes all alone in 4th place in the Pac-12. Top 4 teams get a bye in the conference tournament, so that matters. College hoops in Utah State and Boise State. 5 points. They were down by 5 points with 48 seconds left. They kept fighting. Sam Merrill, the and one, he had 32 points. Game was tied to 68 with 16 seconds left. Boise State gets the last shot in regulation. Justinian Jessup made 3 straight late to give the Broncos a lead, but he can't get that one to go. And in overtime, the Aggies take over. They outscore the Broncos 10-3 in overtime. Nemias Keita with 10 points, 8 rebounds. Utah State finds a way. They're in a virtual tie with Nevada for first in the Mountain West. Those teams play next Saturday. High school championships, 3A boys state championship game, Richfield and Morgan. Richfield's Hunter Peterson with the right amount of English on that one. The layup goes. The Wildcats had a hard time containing Morgan's Trey Miles. Off the glass for 2. And then one of 8 steals for Morgan. Miles is going to go the distance. He had 24 points. He leads the way. Morgan wins the 3A state title, 63-54.
It's a great group of kids. I can't express how amazing they are.
I've been wanting this game since 7th grade when my brother took this. This is such a dream come true, my gosh.
All right, now the 2A boys, Leighton Christian and Parowan. The Eagles, Patrick Penazzola, the bucket and the and one to give Leighton Christian the lead. Devion Palacios doing work on the other end, the steal and the layup to seal the deal. Leighton Christian wins the 2A state title, beating the Rams 42-36.
Sam is a maverick.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we call him Samuel Jackson. Now, I don't know if y'all watch movies that Samuel Jackson's in, but when Samuel Jackson comes in the movie, something's going to happen, either good or bad, okay? My thing is, he's a maverick. I let him play that way because the boy is an incredible talent, and I look for some great things from him.
Leighton Christian head coach Bobby Porter is the best. All right, Bingham girls, East girls, and the Beaver girls won 2A and Emory won 3A. We had highlights early at 9. We'll have more on Sunday night as well. So lots of state champions.
That's always fun to watch.
Congrats to all of them.
Big pile up in the middle of the court.
We do that after newscast. We
Yes, we
pile
do.
up and we're like, whoa, we did it!
KSL state champs.
We have a trophy, too. We'll be back.
I wish.